So we've still been going through the book of Genesis, and part of Genesis chapter 20 kind of stuck out to me. And to give the background on this is Abraham has left his home, and him and his family and servants are wandering. And this is the first time Abraham really has gone out from where he's from. He's 90 years old and out wandering now, out exploring the world finally, outside his comfort zone. In chapter 20, it says, the territory of Negeb lived between Kadesh and Shur, and sojourned to Gerar. And so Abraham, he has never been to this place before. Maybe he's heard stories about it. So, evidently the stories he's heard, because verse 2, it says, Abraham said to his wife Sarah, she is my sister, and Abimelech, king of Gerar, sent and took Sarah. So previously, Abraham told Sarah that they come across anybody, tell them that she is his sister. And I guess with the culture at the time, the culture of these places, I guess it was acceptable to take a man's wife, to probably kill him and take his wife, but it was not acceptable to take a man's daughter or his sister. So I guess blood family in their culture had was more valued than somebody that just married the woman. So anyway, the king of the area, Abimelech, takes Sarah, takes him back to his palace, and in verse 3, though, it says God literally says, he says, behold, he comes to him in Abimelech, he comes to him in a dream. But anyway, it says, behold, you are a dead man, because you're the woman whom you have taken, for she is a man's wife. Now Abimelech, of course, is saying, hold on, I was told that she was his sister. I'm innocent. I did not, he said, I never even touched her anyway, and I was given misinformation. He said, so in his eyes, in his culture, he was innocent because he did not know that she was a wife to Abraham. And so moving afterwards, further down, Abimelech finds Abraham, confronts him, saying, you almost had me killed, you almost had my family wiped out, because God came to me in a dream and said he's going to kill me for what I did. So, and even then, Abraham kind of backpedals a little bit, saying that she is technically my half-sister. Because in verse 12, it says, besides, she is indeed my sister, the daughter of my father, though not the daughter of my mother, and she became my wife. Now, you have to remember, at this time, this is before the Mosaic Law. Of course, now this is viewed as inbreeding. But before the Mosaic Law, this was perfectly acceptable. You have to think how far he was removed from Adam. It was not near as far as Moses was, and definitely not near as far as we are. And human genes have not been corrupted as much. So for somebody to marry a half-sibling and have children was perfectly acceptable when the children came out fine. Like I said, this is before the Mosaic Law and before the human genes became really corrupt. So later in the verse, so not only is Sarah given back to Abraham, but Abraham is given these gifts. And he's given sheep. It says, verse 14, he was given sheep and oxen and servants, and also silver here, 1,000 pieces of silver in verse 16. So despite Abraham screwing up and almost screwing up his marriage, screwing up the king of the area's life and getting him killed by God, Abraham himself is blessed. And got me thinking how timid Abraham was. Like I said, he's an old man, real old man, and he finally is venturing out into the world. And so everything is new to him. He's very timid, very scared, and he's extremely outside his comfort zone. And so he's growing a lot in a short time. Excuse me. And so he's getting by the best he can at the time, doing the best he can for him. And I got to thinking how that can be for us also, how we screw up, and sometimes because it was just the best we could do at the time, or we knowingly screwed up also because Abraham didn't trust God to protect him and Sarah through these new lands. And either way, knowingly or unknowingly screw up, yet the Lord, after you admit that you screwed up, things can get better. And so not only now is Abraham safe in this foreign land, and his family is safe, but he's given more things to add to his wealth, taken care of. He has these livestock and servants and this money that he now has, and I believe that he is also so he's okay to live and wander through this land unharassed. And in the end, the Lord takes care of him. In the end, the Lord will take care of us one way or another. And sometimes I know for myself, it can be days, weeks, maybe years afterwards, you realize, like, the Lord took care of me right there. I didn't realize it at the time. And when we're outside our comfort zone, which is what we're going to be called to do if we decide to follow God, we're going to make screw-ups, going to have mistakes, we're going to be uncomfortable, going to be timid, scared, uneasy, yet if that's where we're supposed to be, the Lord will take care of us. So that's what I have for this week in this video for Genesis chapter 20. So anybody who watches this, I thank you.